Spitting out those rhymes, sounds chimes.
Yo, you're about to get like feedback, son. You about to get feedback, puppet.
Feedback's for Aldo.
After a long day busking down in Sweden, I was at Gamla Stan, which is also a nice area close to downtown Sweden, just across a bridge. And it has this nice, beautiful look about it. It reminds me kind of parts of Paris, actually, with the old buildings and things like that. Well, European. And if I was to connect it with Canada, I'd say it's something like my experiences in Victoria. If you're ever in Sweden, go check out Gamla Stan. Gamlastan, Gamla Stan. I was walking over to Gamla Stan, actually, after I had busked through the day. I had done my day shift. And walking by, I saw a nice guitarist, and he was really killing it, I'd say. I was thinking right away, this must be an artist killing a living. What's this guy all about? So I walked right up to him and, So I walked on up to him and I was like, hey, what's up? And he introduced himself, and his name is Adam Tier. I introduced you Adam Tier. He has a story, he has something technical to teach us, and he has performance at the end of this as well. I hope you enjoy. This is Artist Killing a Living interview sessions with your boy, Sam Chimes.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat with these hooligans. Alright, so this is Artist Killing a Living interview sessions. It's your boy Sam Chimes, and this is the international edition. We'll be here right on the outside of Gamla Stan. This is Gamla Stan, isn't it?
Yeah, technically.
Technically, yeah. This is just the entrance of it. And over here we have Adam Tier from Ireland, which is where I'm actually going to be going next. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I'm just like a traveling troubadour, just out doing my thing. Like I'm a songwriter as well.
Okay, so the process, the structure of this interview that we're going to do is we're going to hear your story, then you'll teach us something technical. I don't know what you have in mind. I'll let you think of it, and then we'll finalize with the jam. Okay, so let's hear your story. What do you play? What do you do? And how did you come about this?
Well, I guess I picked up the guitar probably at like the age of 17, 18. So I just kind of picked up the guitar and I was in my room most of the time just practicing hours and hours. Back in those days, in like early 2000s, it was like the internet was pretty bad, the connection, you had to just...
You'd be downloading something and then all of a sudden you get a call, oh, sorry, you got to download it again. 2 days gone.
And then my parents are onto me, oh, you're using the internet too much, that was actually a blessing in disguise, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because all that time, all that spare time I had just went into like learning the guitar and practicing. After a year or so of living out there, I moved into the city where I'm originally from, Limerick. It's like third biggest city in Ireland. So I moved in there, started doing open mic nights, singer-songwriter nights. I was really nervous, of course. Yeah, it was good, that we were talking about earlier, you mentioned Vancouver, where there's a really high level, like a high standard, and I said, for me, I love that, I need that, it gives you the motivation, spurs you on to improve your trade, just like be a better artist.
I should find out, did you ever have times when people told you don't do it, or even your mind just told you, things that really try to slow you down, or did slow you down, or maybe even made you put down your guitar and all the music?
It could have happened, yeah, definitely. I was... You have the pressure from your family, especially from my father, he was like just drilling it into me as soon as I finished school. Adam, you have to get a trade now. You have to do something. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. That was before I got into music. I was only like 16 when I finished school,
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what I want to do, And so I ended up following his footsteps and doing this engineering trade. 4-year apprenticeship. I was 2.5 years in.
Yeah.
I hated every day of it because I knew, I don't want to do this, I'm just doing it to please my father, my parents. They think it's great. They can tell their friends and family, oh, what's Adam doing? Oh, he's doing this. Oh, that's great. It's like,
polish that badge, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, And eventually, I was actually down in another city doing some exams, some like midterm exams, you know, as a part of that apprenticeship. I just came to a point. I was just like, I was sitting in the classroom, and you know, all the other people were there, and like it was like, okay, they were just handing out the test papers like this. I was just like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So I actually just like put it to one side and walked out.
Just like that.
It wasn't even, but my decision was so clear. There was no like second guessing myself. I was just like, I'm going. This is it. So as soon as I got outside the university, I just called my father. I was like, Dad, I'm not doing this anymore.
How did he take it?
And he was like, you know what, son, I was kind of expecting it.
You're like, what? Why
I was like,
oh man.
2.5 years. And I was like, wow.
What?
So
maybe he wanted you to man up and make the decision for yourself, because if he would have maybe helped you get to that conclusion, maybe it wouldn't have been as great as you just finding yourself.
Yeah, and from that point, I've just kind of been doing what I'm doing now. I work as a chef as well. I'm actually trained as a chef, you know,
nice.
so I can work.
Ladies, he cooks.
Yeah. So if you want any recipes, you know, just like email me, you know,
nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, like they love that career, you know.
Yes.
Like friends of mine, they're really into it, and that's their focus, that's their drive. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
You found it.
Great.
Go for it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I found what I want to do, so I'm gonna go for that. I'm here right now. Just met you.
Yeah, music pulled us together right now. Yeah.
You came by and you know wanted to know my story, and this is my story, you know. So perfect.
And that brings us to today. And today I want you to teach us something technical. So, what would you like to teach us? Do you need a guitar, or are you gonna just explain?
Actually, I'll talk about. And it's something I've been doing more recently as well, focusing on my breathing when I'm singing.
That's important.
It's really important.
You can mess up your throat.
It can, you know, and I have destroyed my throat before, you know, just breathing incorrectly, straining, singing out of range.
Right.
You have to know your range. It's very important. Know your abilities and know your limits as well. You know, it's like people need to realize that. It's like that in life, and it's like that in any endeavor, including singing. What I've noticed since I've started singing the right way, it kind of comes from your solar plex. You know, it's your core. It's
like the diaphragm?
Diaphragm, yeah. This whole area. And actually, 4 hours singing on the street is like doing stomach crunches.
Check him out, Adam Tier. Okay, let's do a chant.
Touch, you know so much. I'll get down inside. Your love, supernatural thing. Your love, supernatural thing.
Thank you for listening to Adam Tier's story. I'm your boy Sam Chimes, and this is Artists Killing a Living, Interview Sessions, International Edition. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Peace.